Good morning. Welcome to Cooking with Bubbles. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. Let's get started.
Okay. All right, gauge is off.
Ooh, that's a good one. Well,
all right, let's get these bubbles poured. All right. Put a little sable on there. Top it off with a little bit of cranberry.
yes. Ooh, that's pretty.
Nice and bright.
Here we go.
Pink.
Pink. Mm. Oh my goodness, that's delicious.
Yummy. I love it.
Well, Lisa, here we are doing what we love doing, and that's cooking together while drinking Prosecco. So all of you bubblers out there, feel free to pour your own glass of bubbles and enjoy the show. And want to point out that we are wearing our nice embroidered Cooking with Bubbles aprons, and we'll tell you later in the show how you can get yours.
Sounds really good. So we're cooking together, like you said. You're in your kitchen, I'm in mine, but wait, you're in a different kitchen.
I am.
And I know why. It's because you're out of town and you're in your RV, so you're cooking with bubbles from the RV.
Yeah.
And I'm still in my home cooking with bubbles right here. But what a fun way for us to still get to spend time together, drinking Prosecco and cooking with bubbles. So it's fantastic.
Absolutely. And I wanted to do this outside, but it's rainy today, so I had to move it inside. Would have been a lot more involved if we were outside.
Oh no.
Yeah. So Lisa, what are we making today?
So today we're going to make, wait for it, an absolutely delicious dish, orange chicken.
Wow.
Yummy. I mean, this is a recipe that includes a lot of items that, I already have on hand, like all the time. And in Phoenix, with it being citrus season, it's just so much easier just to like pull something off the tree and zest it and include it in the recipe. So really kind of nice.
I love,
and we get to drink our bubbles.
Love citrusy recipes, so let's drink bubbles to that.
All right, great. All right, so looks like I've got to get my script up here. Pause. So this recipe is really simple to make, and it's one of those great things where you can make the sauce like in advance, and then on the day you're ready to cook it, you just do the chicken part. So it's pretty simple. So this recipe includes 3 or 4 chicken breasts cut into like bite-sized pieces, or like I'm going to do today, into long strips, just to kind of cut my cooking time down a little bit. 3 whisked eggs, 1/3 cup of cornstarch, and 1/3 cup of flour that I'm going to blend together, and like a pinch of salt just to kind of help round that out, and then some oil for frying it. But the sauce, oh, so good. The sauce includes 1/2 cup of sugar, a cup of orange juice, which who doesn't have orange juice in their house? 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, a teaspoon of garlic powder, or you can use garlic cloves, as long as they're finely diced, a teaspoon of fresh ginger, or in our case, we're using frozen ginger pods. And also you can use cornstarch. A tablespoon of cornstarch with water will help to thicken the mixture a little bit. And then we're going to finish it off with some zest of 1 orange.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
So to prep this dish, it's best to make the sauce first and then set it aside.
Yes.
To make the orange sauce, and I've already put all my stuff together, so Lisa's going to show it all going into the pot. It includes, you put in your orange juice and your sugar, then your vinegar, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, red pepper flakes, honey, and we're going to heat it for about 3 minutes. And so we're going to get that started once Lisa gets everything put in, and then we'll come back and show you what that looks like and what the next steps are.
Sounds good. Okay.
Well, welcome back. The next step of our process is to put more cornstarch, thicken it. Oops. And I need a little bit more water.
And this will help to thicken up the mixture really easily. And we're going to let this cook for how long? About maybe what, 5 minutes until it gets to a little thicker texture?
Yeah, once it gets a little thicker, then we're going to pull it off the heat and then we'll add in our orange zest. And then we'll be done and we can set it to the side.
All right, sounds good. So we'll be right back. Okay.
All right, well, welcome back. Well, now that our sauce is thickened, we're going to put in the zest of an orange. We took it off the heat. So I zested my orange earlier. It smells so good. I'm just going to put that in. Put that in my pan here and stir it around. Let me actually flip this around to show you what it's looking like.
Looks good.
Oh my goodness.
Take pictures along the way too.
Yes, it looks good. Smells very citrusy.
All right, well, that's really, really easy. Yeah, it's really easy to make. And now that that's done, I guess we can just put that to the side, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're done.
Started with our chicken mixture.
Right.
All right. All right, let's just pause real quick and I'll come back and we'll get started with our chicken.
Okay.
Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna do these in strips just to make it a little bit easier. So I've already got my chicken cut up into little, 1/2 inch, 1 inch thick strips. And the step for getting this breaded is to drop it into some egg mixture, get it nice and coated. And then I'm gonna drop it into my mixture of cornstarch and flour. So I'm doing 50% of each in those. And there's a little bit of salt in that. So get those all rolled around. We'll get these all breaded first and put them on a plate so we're ready to cook when it's time. And that is it for that.
Just do one real quick here so you guys can see this up close. Give it a little bath in the egg. Move it over to cornstarch and flour. Put it. And put it in my pan where it's going to stay until I'm ready to cook it. All right, so we'll do the rest.
Okay. Okay. So welcome back. All of the chicken pieces have been coated with flour and cornstarch and a little bit of salt. So we're ready to get started. I've also already got my cooktop heated. So I put peanut oil in it because I love how quickly it cooks and how nicely it cooks. I made sure that it at least got up to 350 degrees. And now all we're gonna do is we're gonna just start cooking this in small batches. Make sure that you don't overcrowd your pan. So I'm just gonna put a few of these pieces in.
Yeah, and you'll want to have your meat thermometer handy so that you can, when you're cooking, you can make sure that the internal temperature gets to at least 165 degrees.
Yeah.
Really nice, Lisa. So why don't we go ahead and pause and we'll get these cooked up and then we'll come back and show you what's next.
Okay.
Well, welcome back. These came out nicely. And let me just flip my camera around here, show you. Couple of tips here. So, once the chicken pieces came out of the pan, I put them on a plate that was lined with a paper towel just to drain off the excess oil. But the more important tip I want to share is that whenever you're cooking with oil, it's really important that you have the right temperature of the oil. Mine cooked, it never really got up to temperature. And mine cooked. I tested the internal temperature of the chicken. It's all over 165 degrees, but it just didn't get as crispy and golden brown on the outside as Lisa's did. And you can tell the difference with how they turned out. So just a couple of tips there when you're cooking with oil.
That's really an excellent idea. And you can check your temperature of your oil by using, a thermometer as well. Yep. So I guess next we're just ready to toss this all together. Although I cooked mine originally in large strips, which I think made the cooking time really speed up. Ordinarily, if you're using this many chicken pieces, it takes a while to get the whole batches done. So after they were cooked, then I cut them into small bite-sized pieces. So that was a little tip saver right there. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my sauce and just drizzle it on top of the chicken and mix that all in a little bit. Get it nice and coated. And that's really all it's going to take. And then I can put it on a plate and garnish it. Plate. Oh, it smells so good too. I love this. And I'm going to garnish mine today with some green onions and some sesame seeds. So there's my plate. Put a few sesame seeds on it. Make it look pretty.
Pretty good too.
Some green onions.
Bowl, green onions and some sesame seeds. And you could also
That's really good.
Rice if you wanted to, whatever your tastes are.
Yeah. So that's how mine looks.
Oh wow, yours is cool.
I'm happy with that.
You take a picture of it.
Happy with that. It's gonna taste delicious. Oh, I took a picture. So if you didn't take a picture, it didn't happen.
That's right. Taste.
Right. So you ready to give this a taste?
Yes.
Oh my God. Nailed it.
Yeah, we did it again, Lisa.
Seasoning and the sauce is so good.
Wow. So good. Let's
I'll drink bubbles to that.
drink bubbles to that for sure.
Like all of them. That is so good. You're right. This tastes really nice on like a bed of rice too.
Yeah, for sure. Oops, sorry. Well, we want to thank our sponsor, Cork Tray. He provides these wonderful cork trivets for us to keep our countertops safe. And they're really awesome. And we appreciate that so very much. We also want to thank our virtual audience for joining today. We had a couple people join virtually, so that's awesome. And we want to thank you all so much for joining Cooking with Bubbles. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a bubbler. And you can find that at cookingwithbubbles.com. After you subscribe, click the bell symbol that's next to it so that you can get notifications when we post new episodes. And also remember to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/cookingwithbubbles. Facebook is where we post our recipes and all the awesome pictures that we take along the way when we're cooking.
Well, that sounds really good. Also, we mentioned earlier, we tell you how to get your own Cooking with Bubbles apron. They are awesome. Just send us an email to cookingwithbubbles@yahoo.com. And also, if you've made any of the recipes that we featured here on Cooking with Bubbles, we'd love to see your pictures. Or if you have suggestions on things you'd like to see us make, send that information to us by email as well. Again, that's cookingwithbubbles@yahoo.com. Well, that takes care of it for today. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. See you next time, bubblers.
Bye.